everyone, and welcome to episode 33 of the Pip and Pin Podcast. My name is Megan Nodecker, and I'm a knitwear designer from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. You can find me on Instagram as Pip and Pin, on Ravelry as knitpipandpin, and in the Pip and Pin Ravelry group. It is May 14th. And it's been about 2 months since I last did an episode, so sorry about that. Life just kind of happens sometimes. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I was I went on vacation, kind of a 2-in-1 vacation. I went to Arizona for a couple days to see my mom in her new house, and then from there went to Hawaii with Georgia to see Katie in her new house. So there was that. And then it's been really nice here. And I don't know, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you will understand that when it's nice outside, you just be outside. I always feel kind of guilty if I'm inside when it's nice, because I don't know, we don't get a lot of super nice days, and recently summers have been really bad because it's been so smoky with like wildfires and stuff. So if you get if you just get a nice spring day, you take advantage of that. So, you know, between going on vacation and then having these couple of really nice weeks, I just couldn't bring myself to sit down and film a podcast. So hopefully, I was thinking about it too, and I really enjoy making these podcast episodes, but I feel like it's not that it's too hard to do, but it does take up I need a chunk of time to kind of do it in. And right now, George is in preschool, and I think she's gone for about an hour and a half. So if I set everything up and then film it while she's at preschool, it's fine, but it feels kind of rushed, and then I have to watch the clock and make sure that things are whatever. She's home today, so she might be, you'll probably hear her in her bedroom. She's watching a something or other. But it just felt really rushed, and it always felt like I was trying to fit it in somewhere, and if I didn't do it, I was planning to do it every 2 weeks, and if I don't get it in 2 weeks, then I start to feel guilty about it, and then I just start to feel bad about it, and then it kind of becomes a bigger thing than it needs to be, if you get it. So what I've decided, I'm gonna film today, and I might film another one, somewhere down the line, but I don't think I'm gonna start trying to do it on a schedule again until September, because September is when Georgia goes to kindergarten. So I feel like I will have lots and lots of time to actually dedicate and sit down and make show notes and do the whole thing, and it won't feel like so much, because it takes a long time, because I like editing them and planning. I don't have a plan for today, so we'll see how that goes, but I do like having my list of things that I want to talk about, and talking about other things aside from just what I'm knitting, but in order to do that, I do have to plan. So I like planning, and I like talking about other things, and I just want to have the time to do that. So long story. You may get another couple episodes out of me, but I'm not making any guarantees until September, and then we'll kind of reevaluate and see how often I'll be able to do them. Yeah. Oh, and as I was saying too, I do have sewing stuff that maybe I said this before, maybe I didn't. I've had to start this a couple times because George was being too loud. So I don't know if I did talk about this or not, but I sewed a lot of stuff before I went on my trips, and I'm not going to show any of it today. I'll show it as I'm wearing it, because there was a lot, and this is a knitting podcast, So I'm going to stick to knitting for today because I have lots of knitting to show you as well. So I think I'll start with what I'm wearing. And this is a newly finished object, kind of. This is my Maema cardigan. And it's a design that I just released a week and a half ago or so. So you can find it on Ravelry as Maema by Megan Nodecker, which is me. And it is a just a open front, really light cardigan. It has raglan shaping. So you start from the top down, raglan shaping, really wide, loose sleeves. So it's really just an easy thing to wear over everything. I've pretty much been wearing it nonstop since I finished it. Actually, not since I finished it because I was a little scared of wearing it before pictures were taken because of children and things and myself. So I just, as soon as the pictures were done, I've been wearing it all the time. And it's made out of, sorry, I feel like I'm so off. I haven't done this in so long and I feel like I'm just stumbling over my words. So please bear with me and hopefully I will get into my groove again as the episode continues. The yarn that I used for this is Madelinetosh Tosh Merino Light. It's a single ply fingering weight yarn and it is this nice like tonal gray, so nice light gray with these speckles of kind of bright orange and pink and purple and yellow and blue, like just speckles everywhere, speckles of everything. But it's still a nice neutral color. So I think that's one of the reasons I've been wearing it so much is because you can just put it on over everything. And I've had lots of testers for this one. If you go on the Ravelry project page, there's some amazing projects. Not everyone's finished yet because I was too excited to release it, which is funny because this wasn't even supposed to be I wasn't really going to make it into a pattern. I started knitting this maybe last winter and I made some notes about what I was doing while I was doing it, but I didn't write the pattern out and I wasn't really, my intention wasn't really to make it into a pattern. I just wanted to make something for myself. And that's what made it really, I think I needed that. I needed a little reset button. And then when it was finished, I was like, okay, no, I actually have to make this into a pattern. And that was kind of hard because I did it backwards than I usually do. I usually write the pattern and basically do all the math. And it's pretty well written out before I start knitting. And then like first I do the pattern and then I knit it. But this time, of course, I knit it. I wrote down whatever I did for my size and then had to grade it after, which I don't think I'll do again. It was fine, but it was a lot more difficult to do everything afterwards. I don't know. I find grading it just makes more sense to me. Grading is when you are sizing it for multiple sizes, and it just makes more sense to me all at the same time. Like I like looking at all of the sizes and seeing what everything's doing, rather than, I think this one was a large and extra large, which is kind of right in the middle of my size range. But it was harder for me to just see that one thing and then have to go down and up than it was to see everything and do everything all at the same time. So that was actually a really good learning experience for me. Like now I know, okay, the way that I've been doing patterns is the way that I should be doing patterns. So so you can, this is on Ravelry right now. And yeah, go check it out. I'll put a link down below to it. And I think I did have a promotion because I released it a week and a half ago or something. So I did have a promotion going for it for 20% off, but it's ended now. And I don't think that's really fair to you if you only watch the podcast. Like I talked about it on Instagram and I talked about it on some of the Ravelry groups. But if the only way you interact with me is through the YouTube channel, that's not fair to you. So I will, before I put this up, I'll set up a promotion for 20% off until, what's the date today? I did it for a week. So it's the 14th today. We'll do it until the 21st. And if you use the code Maema YouTube, you can get 20% off. So I'll put all the information down below. If you want to go check out this new pattern, and maybe I'll stand up for a minute just so you can kind of see. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put some pictures in because I had my friend Carmen, who is Owl and Lily, do the photography for this one. As Katie and I usually do our photography, but she lives in the middle of the Pacific Ocean now, so I had to find someone else to help me with pictures. So Carmen took the photos for me, and they're absolutely stunning. So I'll just pop in some pictures. It's much, much less awkward than me trying to stand up. What do you think of what else I finished? I just kind of have everything. I just threw everything over here. I'll do this one. So these guys are my second finished object, my second one. I don't know if I might be missing something. Who knows? But these are a finished object in the past 2 months. And these are a pair of just vanilla socks. There's the other one there. There's something else on the other sock blocker. So the yarn here is, oh geez. What's the name of the yarn? This one, this beautiful red, is Midknit Cravings in the smoked paprika colorway, and that is their sock base. This one is Woolberry Fiber Company in Blushing Bride, and it's like a cashmere nylon merino. So that was kind of a treat to myself. I don't think my intention was to make socks with it originally. But if you've been watching, I am doing the Grocery Girls Sock Bash this year. So that's knitting a pair of socks a month for the entire year. And they do have little themes each month. So if you follow the theme, then you get to enter your pair of socks in twice. So last month's theme was From Far Away. And Woolberry is based in New Zealand. So that's pretty far. And I did have some other ones too, but I didn't really buy this yarn with an intention in mind. So pair of socks. For some reason though, maybe it's the cashmere, like because they're softer or something. I thought I had my sock recipe. I thought I had it down. I don't, because these ones turned out loose, which is fine. I definitely still gonna wear them. I don't mind loose socks. They're just, I just can't wear them in certain boots. But that's okay. Because I kind of switched my needle size to go up. Like I switched my needle size up and then did less stitches. And that was working really well for vanilla socks on the last couple of pairs that I did. But now they turned out too big. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just different yarns. Always going to be different. I probably should gauge swatch. I don't know. I don't swatch for socks. That's just not something I do. My socks just turn out the way they turn out. And these ones just happen to be a little bit looser. So they'll just be around the house socks, I guess, or something. If you're interested in Sock Bash, it's a very cool knit along. I've done a couple random months, like they've been doing this one for a couple years. So I've been doing a couple random ones in the past couple of years. And this is the first year that I've been committed to doing a pair of socks a month, because they do like monthly monthly prize draws. I think they do 6 winners a month or something. And then at the end of the year, if you've done all 12 months, then there's like grand prizes. And like I don't know, that's my knitting goal. That's my personal knitting goal for this year, is to do a pair of socks a month. And I'm very well on track. And actually, yeah, while I'm on that note, I actually won. I won a prize from them already because they do drawings every month, and I think it was for January, February, beginning of the year. Anyways, I'm gonna find that. Okay. So what I was sent was this couple of things. First is this lovely bag from By the Lakeside, and I believe it's Sandy by the Lakeside on Instagram. Just really nice, like canvasy kind of feel, and it has this super sweet little tassel for the pull, and polka dots inside. So a cute little project bag. My Lilium has been living in here, which is a long standing whip. It's really needs some love, but anyways, I put that in here because there's one thing that I don't particularly like about this bag, and that is this handle. Only because I like to, like, I don't know, I like putting my hand in it. So it's just not quite big enough for what I like it for. I think I might find something to attach to it so that I can carry it around a little better. Other than that, really like this bag. And then the other thing, which was very exciting because I didn't get a chance to pick any of these up when they were doing them last year, but this is their Loco and Grocery Girls Knit 2 Together Sock Club that they did last year. I think they did it all from May to, it says right on the back here, they did it from May to October. And so there was 6 sock sets that they did together with Loco. And this one's called Wanted Double, and it was their August colorway. So it has this super like glittery, crazy speckly amazingness. So sometime in the summer, this is going to become a pair of socks. I think one of the months is glitter. So I'll probably do this for the glitter month, and then that can be my entry for that month. If you want to go check out the sock bash, it is Grocery Girls. You go to the Grocery Girls Ravelry group, all the information will be on there. So I want to say a big thank you to you, Jody and Tracy, for that prize. It was really fun, and I can't wait to get started on those socks in June. I don't remember which month is the sparkle, but whatever month the sparkle is, that's when those will become socks. I have a couple almost finished things, actually. I'm going to start with this one. This is a sweater that I knit for Georgia, and it's nearly done. It has already been worn. She wore it to the beach the other day when we went to White Rock for Mother's Day, which was really nice. So this has already seen some sand and some mud, but that's okay because it hasn't been blocked yet. It also needs buttons, so blocking and buttons, and then this guy's done. And this is the Gramps cardigan by Tin Can Knits. This is the 3rd time I've made this cardigan for Georgia. Oh, yeah, some sand just fell out of there. The first one, my first one was made with stripes of all of the different, all the different projects from scraps of different projects that I had. It was all these jewel tones, and it was from my first sweater, and then the first sweater that I knit Justin, and I think my first sweater design was in there, and it got lost somewhere. The second one, Georgia picked out her own colors. And then this one is made with, mostly made with her unicorn tails. She really loves mini skeins. And so for Christmas, I got her a little mini skein set from Knit Picks. And so that was most of these kind of purple and reds up in here. This bright, bright pink is Rain City Knits, the skein that never dies. One day I will use up all of my Rain City knits. I have some bright green and some bright pink, and they just, I don't know, they just have lasted forever. This speckle up here is Hedgehog Fibers. And then I think the bottom down here is some Crazy Super Ball. And then this up here is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed. And I've just, for the whole thing, I did fingering held double. And I just kind of did marling fading stripes. Because, I don't know, because it's a 5-year-old sweater and it's really fun. And when else, I don't think I would ever wear something like this, but she certainly loves it, which is why she wanted to wear it even before it was finished. Definitely one of my favorite patterns to knit for her. I originally started knitting her a Brioche Heaven mini by somebody. But it was like this loose brioche kind of open cardigan thing. It just wasn't working out for me. I didn't particularly like the pattern. It was a pattern that had been transposed from an adult garment into a kid size. And I just don't think it was done properly. You could tell there was, even in the descriptions of the sweaters and things like that, like it was all still referring to the photos of the adult sizes, which isn't a big deal. Well, maybe it is a big deal because like I was confused. And if I was someone who didn't already know her work and like look through her Ravelry page, like if that's the only pattern that I had seen of hers, then I wouldn't understand why she was talking about this yellow sweater when clearly the one, there's two photos, one of them's pink and one of them's green, and she's talking about this yellow sweater, and you're like, what are you talking about, lady? Also, the gauge was really loose and really weird, and it just wasn't working out. So I decided to do this again because George really doesn't need any other sweater other than a Gramps. It has these pockets. And I think I've done the pockets differently every single time I've made this sweater. I don't even know how they're written in the pattern. I think they're knit separately and then you sew them over top. I think that's how I did them the first time. And then the second time, I think I did some weird intarsia thing with the cuff and then something else. This time, I just did them after. I just did a complete afterthought pocket. So I cut here, basically, like you would do an afterthought heel. So I cut some stuff here, picked up stitches along here, and then did this little gray part and seamed that down. And then from the inside, I picked up stitches there and knit the interior of the pocket and then just seamed the interior to that side. And fun pockets. Also because I ran out of yarn. As you can see, it's not quite, like the sleeves and the body aren't quite the same, and that's all right. Except the one, I'm gonna have to block it and see how it goes. But since I've made this 3 times, I still have the original paper pattern that I printed off, and I've just reused it. Because I like keeping my patterns. I like writing on them and things. Oh my goodness, I have sand all over me. But the first time I made it, I think I made the 2 to 4. And so I circled all the 2 to 4 measurements. And then the second time I made it, I made the next size up. And then I didn't do anything to the pattern. I just knew that like, oh, I have to go one step above what I did, I guess. because this time I went through and I highlighted the size that I was going to do, but I highlighted the size that I had already done. So it fits. But my intention was to do the next size up again so that she would have the, a bigger one than the one she already has, but didn't really work out that way. So I don't know. I think blocking it will be fine, and hopefully she doesn't grow. I'll just get to make her another fun new Gramps in the fall if she outgrows this one, which she probably will. It'll be a fun summer sweater anyways. What's next? I have some whips. I have a half-finished object, if you want to see that first. This is actually pretty exciting because, first of all, this yarn is beautiful. This yarn is Hypothesis yarns in the Plume colorway, and it's an 80/20 sock. And it has these really dark, the way she dyes yarn is very beautiful. So she totally has my aesthetic down. It's all very dark and it's all kind of muted, and it just seems like everything has been overdyed with a tiny bit of black. Just perfect. That's all I need in life. Just a little bit of black on top of everything. So there's like purples and greens and some grays, really, really lovely yarn. And I was lucky enough to get this from her, for, Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted last year, which is a really fun event that's held on Instagram, around Christmas time every year. And so she sent me this and another skein, which is just straight purple. I wanted to do this one. And what I am making with this is a pair of socks. So I'll show you the finished one first. So that. Yeah, I'm going to flip this up so that I can see. I was distracting myself, but there we go. Oh, and there's my little Hagrid perler bead stitch marker from Carmen's son makes those. Yeah, so this is a sock. It does not have a name yet because this is actually my very first time designing socks, which is really fun. I don't know why I haven't done it before. I knit a lot of socks. I really like wearing socks, and yeah, it's a really fun way to put something fun on something little. So here you can see, here's my Hermione perler bead stitch marker guy. And there you can maybe see some of the lace pattern. And that goes down the front and the back. And then the back kind of, there's a little end piece that goes on the heel. And then it's mirrored on the toe as well. And it's just a heel flap and gusset. Because that's what worked with, that's what these socks needed to be. So I'm very excited about this pattern. Like I said, it's my first time designing socks, and it will not be my last. Very fun to put something onto a sock. Also really fast to knit. I haven't really knit a ton of patterning socks, I guess these are patterned socks. And having the repeats, I think it's 12 row repeat or something, but having that repeat makes it fly, because it's like, oh, okay, I'm already done a repeat. Okay, I have 5 more to go. I don't know, you just want to keep going and going and going and going. So I think I finished this sock in 4 days. I don't know. And I thought it would be hard because socks are usually my thing where I bring them with me places and work on them while I'm sitting somewhere. And I thought it would be hard to have because it's a little bit of lace. It's not hard. It's just yarn overs and, some decreases every second row. So it's not hard. But I thought it would be harder than, say, a stockinette sock, which it is, but still really easy to take around, which I was surprised about. Yeah. So those are, I don't know yet, because designing knitwear is a very weird thing because it takes so long to get from A to B. So sometimes I feel very strange talking about things like this sock. This might not be a pattern that's released until next fall. Only because Katie and I, like, we were working on books, right? We've done 2 books now, and I think we want to keep that momentum going and do about a book a year. And we've got I actually have them right here. I'm not going to show them to you, but this is a stack of what's going to be in our next book, which will be coming out for probably late summer. We did all the photography for that in Hawaii, which was really cool. But now we're kind of thinking about the next book. So not this fall, but next fall. And that's kind of knitting everything and doing the patterns is the first step to that. So, I mean, it's a year and a half out, and I'm already starting to do all the patterns. So, I mean, I guess I'll show you, and you'll just get a little sneak peek. And I'm not sure, like, really the next 2 things are new patterns as well. And I'm not sure if one of them for sure is going in the book, but I'm not sure if these socks and the shawl are going to be in the book or if they're going to be released sometime in between. That hasn't been decided yet. But this one is definitely going in the next book. And I was kind of in a bit of a, I guess a little bit of a slump over like January, February, December. There was a time period where I just I didn't feel inspired. I didn't feel particularly like I wanted to knit a lot of things. And that's fine. So I took a break and, sorry, clanging needles. But then when I started when I sat down and actually started working on this and it started to become something, this is what got me back really excited about everything. So I am in full design mode, like full knitting all the time, everything always mode because of this sweater. And it's large, so you might not be able to see too much of it. I'm working on the first sleeve right now, which is very exciting. Oh yeah, so here's a big blue blob. That will be a really cozy cardigan. This yarn is amazing. It is Ancient Arts Lisco. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm terrible at French. And this is their Just Before Midnight colorway. And it's just like not a rustic yarn, but it has that kind of feel. It's very soft, so it's not scratchy at all, but it's just gonna make this wonderful cardigan. And I'm basing it off of, there's this cardigan that my mom gave me last winter, and I wore it every single day. So I wanted to recreate something similar with a similar style as a design. And so this is that. It kind of like, I'll show you. There are some things that I'm going to change. I already know. And we'll talk about those in a second. It's very, very cozy. Drop shoulder, and obviously there's only one sleeve. but it's going to be really long and kind of open, but have one kind of closure at the top. And then there's pockets at the side. There's going to be folded cuffs and just like a big cozy fall thing. The thing that I'm going to change, and I've been thinking about this for a couple days, is I am going to redo the collar. The cardigan that I have is like, it's just fuller, and the intention with this was to be the kind of big statement of the book, and the collar is just too small. The proportions aren't quite right. It needs to be bigger. It needs more of an impact. So that is going to get changed. Ooh, it's hot. But aside from that, I'm really I love the shape of it. I love the pockets. I love the way the yarn, I don't know, there's something about this yarn in stockinette stitch that just works. And I'm using size US 7 needles, and it's a worsted yarn, which is also really cool because I've been doing fingering things for months. All I've been doing is fingering. And now I get to like do something bigger. It's kind of hurting my shoulders a little bit, but totally worth it. Anyways, I also wanted to share the bag that it's in. And I feel like I should share my bags more often. This is one you've seen before, I'm sure, but it's from Stitch Mischief, and I got it at Knit City last year. One of her drawstring, they have a name. She has a name for them, but I don't remember. And that also has like pockets on the inside, so all my notiony things are in there. I really like the drawstring. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I do, but I really love the drawstring. Also, wrist handles. Because I wander around with this and knit all the time. So having that wrist thing attached everywhere is very important to me. And then the last whip that I have to show you is, show you the bag first. This is something that I picked up at Stitches West, and it is a Lone Larch bag. And I just, when I went to Stitches West, I went with the, I wanted to get a project bag if I found something that spoke to me. Like I wasn't just going to buy one just to buy one. And then I wasn't really planning to buy any yarn, but that didn't happen. It didn't happen that I didn't buy any. That's what I mean. But yeah, so I did find a project bag and fell in love with it instantly. So I knew it was the one. This is from, again, Lone Larch. And I don't know if you can see it, but the fabric is gold and shiny. There's shiny bits on it. And a little leather pull with a little leaf on it. Beautifully lined. No pockets or anything, but I find pockets I can kind of take or leave. I have little notions bags and little things that I put in my bags anyways, so not having a pocket isn't a deal breaker. And then I really like this fabric strap as well. It's nice. The one thing about this bag that I would change is the zipper. If you see, goes down and it should be flipped. And the reason, because like I said, I walk around and I knit like this. But if the yarn's coming from the bottom, then it like catches on the zipper and it's no fun for anybody. But if it's the other way, then you can kind of just like, or, you know, yarn might come out or something. Bad things happen when the zipper is like this. So this isn't a walking around bag. I don't actually walk around with this one, but I would if the zipper was the other way. So if you are a bag maker, think about the directions of your zippers. I still use it all the time anyways, but. Okay, so yeah, this last work in progress, I'll show you the yarn first, uses these three guys. And this is Midknit Cravings. Their Lush base, which is 100% merino. Non-superwash, I believe. I don't remember. Superwash? Non-superwash? I don't know. It's called Lush. They had posted this set on one of those total impulse buys. It got posted on Instagram, these 3 colors here together, and I fell in love. I'm looking at my phone case right now because it has very similar colors, and I really like working on this project with my phone nearby because everything matches. I can't remember which colorway is which, but it's Secret Garden, Petal, and Wildflower. But I don't know exactly which one's which. All beautiful, beautiful shades of lovely goodness. And then this one has the speckles on it. I think this one's Secret Garden. You could be wrong. Just like black and kind of green and yellow and fun colors. Really, really beautiful speckling. I love their yarns. If you ever get a chance, actually, if you're ever in Saskatchewan and want to go to a yarn store, they just opened up, they have their dye studio, and they opened up a storefront. So you can go there and like buy all their yarns. And I think they have like the Knox Mountain shawl cuffs, I believe, and some Big Blue Mama bags and lots of other stuff, I think. But also their yarn. So if you are ever in the area, you should definitely go and check them out. I really want to go. Can we go on a road trip? So what I'm making with those is this guy. And this is a shawl that I am designing with many, many stripes. Basically, it's actually not a triangle. It's actually like a diamond. And then you fold it in half and wear it like a triangle. If you remember last year, I knit a April Fool shawl. It was kind of yellow. And it was similar shaping. And I found that I really loved the shape of it so much that I wanted to design something with that same shape in mind. And when these yarns came, I didn't have any idea for them. I just bought them because I fell in love, like instant love. And so they were sitting on my desk because that's what happens with new yarn that I don't know what to do with. For a while, it just sits on my desk. And then eventually things come to me. But I knew that I knew I wanted it to be, I wanted them to be together. So I don't know. I don't know what, how it was inspired exactly, but this is what it became. And like I said, like it might be, you kind of blocking will make it very big. Really, really nice shape to wear if you haven't knit. It's just like a diamond that you fold in half. You increase and then decrease. And there's going to be tassels because I really love tassels. I think that's it for whips that I'm going to show you. I do have my Lilium, but it's still kind of just on the body. It's one of those things that I pick up in between things if I need something mindless to work on. But I had 4 new things to work on. So that always kind of gets pushed to the back burner, which is fine. It'll get done. And then I think I also put some work onto my northeasterly blanket, but I'm not going to show that either. I'm not going to show that until it has come along more. I think last thing, I just have some yarn that I want to show that I've gotten recently. And I think that's about it. The first couple are from when I went to Stitches West. And everything is from Flock. I went to her booth and spent money. Pretty much my entire budget went to Flock and Lone Lurch, and that was it. So this one is an 80. They're take a hike sock, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and this is Peach Pit. And I feel like I've seen this colorway before and really liked it. So when I saw it at their booth there, I just kind of knew that I had to have it. And then Instagram, again, if you ever want to sell something to me, post about it on Instagram. Because I saw these when they were setting up their booth. They took a, final shot, see you tomorrow kind of thing. And I saw this in their booth and knew that I wanted it. This is, again, their take a hike base. Take a hike sock base. And a set of 6 mini skeins. This is their Strata sequence fade. So I think these will, I was going to say I think they're going to be socks, but no, they're not going to be socks actually. They are going to be something altogether. I'm not quite sure yet what it's going to be. But they're all going to be together in, and the last thing I wanted to show you is this. Last weekend was 88 Stitches anniversary sale thing. So I went there with Georgia, and we were, Georgia loves going there. It's a really wonderful store, and the people that work there are just amazing. I wish that we had to go to a barbecue afterwards, but I wish that we had more time to spend there, because I would have sat and knit, and Georgia would have colored and hassled Megan, and it would have been a good day. Anyways, I did pick up this guy. I also got a candle, but the yarn that I got was this. It is Lichen Lace Mohair in Blue Lagoon. And this is my very first skein of hand-dyed mohair. So I'm very excited about that. There's actually a hat that I designed for Knit Picks a while ago, like 3 years ago, that uses mohair, and it uses like double-stranded mohair, and I actually just got the rights back to it. So I might re-knit it in this. And it's a simple pattern, so I'll probably just give it for free, but I think this is going to make a really nice hat. And there's like dark bits in there. Yeah, I couldn't resist. But if there's ever a time to buy some mohair for the first time, when it's on sale is the time to do it. I've worked with mohair before, but never hand-dyed mohair. I've always used Knit Picks, which is really nice. But it's also fun to have something a little more luxurious. So that's about it for making stuff. I feel very renewed. I feel like I took a break and I needed it, and now I have lots of fresh everything feels fresh right now, and it's good. And I also feel like that's because we had such amazing weather. I just feel better about life in general when it's sunnier outside, especially in our apartment. It gets really, really dark in the winter, and nobody really has a good time in the winter in our house. We all get affected by seasonal affected disorder, something pretty bad. It's not good. But anyways, the sun was shining, so that instantly puts me in a good mood. Also, I bought, I'm looking at it, it's over there. But at Costco, they had these, I tried one of those like sunlight light things that kind of stimulate your eyes the same way sunlight does. last winter, but it didn't really, it just made me like jittery kind of. I don't know. It wasn't great. I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. So I returned that. But what I did get, not for this reason, but I'm sure it will be nice in the wintertime too. But I got like an indoor hydroponic garden. So Costco had them, and Katie had one for a while. And when she lived in Vancouver, she lived in a basement suite. So it was also very dark. And she said just having that like super bright light during the day in your house made a big difference. So I think, I don't really need it now, but I think next winter, it'll probably make a difference with everyone's moods. Hopefully, that would be nice. But yeah, it's this little like hydroponic garden. So you have these little pods that you kind of put into this water reservoir, and you add the plant food, and there's light on top that you can like raise up as your plants grow. And it comes with these little like sponges, and seeds are already like, it comes with the seeds and everything. And so I got the herb garden one. So it has like 2 times of basil and thyme and mint and what else is in there? Parsley and some dill. So I've had it for about 2 weeks, and so everything's kind of sprouted and it's all very tiny and cute. But in probably a couple more weeks, I will have actual herbs that I can use, and they just like sit and grow in my kitchen. Because there's no way, like, I don't know if you've watched before, but literally there's this window which faces northwest, so does not get a lot of sunlight. There's this window, there's that window, and there's some exterior doors that are windows. And that's it for the living room and kitchen. Like the living room's here, and then the kitchen is over there. So there's no sunlight. Like we don't get anything. It's getting a little bit better now, but in the wintertime we don't get any sunlight in here. So no, we even tried growing herbs like outside on the patio last year, because we do get a little bit of sunlight out there, but no, there just wasn't enough. There's not enough to do anything. So I bought an indoor garden. Do we have anything coming up or anything? I don't know. We kind of did all our vacations, and those were really fun. It was really nice to go to Arizona to see my mom's new house. I would like to live there. And it was really cool to go see Katie and her place and be in Hawaii. And it feels weird, like, 'cause she lives right by Waikiki, but we didn't really do any touristy things. Like, she asked what I wanted to do while we were there. And I said, I want to go to the beach one time. But like, my intent, the reason to go there wasn't to have a Hawaiian vacation. It was to go and see Katie and to like let the kids hang out and stuff. So we did that, and that was really fun.
Did we go to the beach?
Yeah. Remember we went to that little lagoon at night, and we had pizza. We actually went twice. And then we went for that long drive along the beach, and we went to that cave. And then there was the ocean with the big waves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the sand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the name was.
I don't know what the name of that place was. I'm not sure.
Wait, the name of the world.
Hawaii. Georgia's still in her jammies, but you want to come say hi before we stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can look up there and say hello to everyone.
Hi.
So what kind of art projects have you been working on lately? What kind of things do you like to do?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. What did you make out of Lego yesterday?
Oh, a white flower.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Do you want
Yeah, here, I'll grab it.
you just
Oh, there's yarn attached to it.
Oh.
Okay, you can go show everyone your flower.
I made a flower and yesterday, and it is made out of Lego, and I think I feel special about me writing it, and it's one of my favorites because you can move the petals up and down.
A little bit.
And it's always fun to move them up and down. It's
Uh-oh.
and sometimes the petals go off.
Sometimes they go off. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff I have to show you. Hopefully I will return at some point. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself.
Can I keep being him?
Yeah, for sure.
And
Hopefully in September we'll start doing some more regular podcasting.
And when it was actually, we drew strawberries and we picked them outside.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
On the pattern? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We tried growing some strawberries and it kind of worked. There was a couple strawberries.
Yeah, but I ate them all.
You did eat them all. Yeah, I think there was 4.
4. I didn't beat it in 4. I'm 5.
You are 5.
I'm 5 and I love this flower.
All right, you want to say goodbye to everyone? Goodbye.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.